right, I think we're ready to kick things off. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Joseph. I oversee our MLS partnerships here at CubiCasa. So excited to chat with all of you today as we continue our partnership with Southern New Mexico and really highlight all of the amazing things that you can do from just one single 5-minute scan of a property, including the all-new CubiCasa Tour, which we'll give you a closer look at here in just a bit. I'm also joined by Daniela from our success team. She'll give us a look at the dashboard to show the ins and outs of some of the products and features that we're going to talk about today and show you how to navigate all of these settings and things like that. Hopefully by now, those of you joining us have downloaded the app and have begun scanning properties to create floor plans. But if not, no worries at all. I always like to start out with a quick introduction to what CubiCasa is and what you can actually use our tool for. And then for the bulk of today's session, I'm going to hone in on how you can unlock the power of that single 5-minute scan to create multiple different floor plan products that you can then use to market your active listings, to help your buyers make the decision of which home to move forward with, what makes the most sense for them. And then, like I mentioned, we'll take a look at the dashboard to show you where and how you can access all of these different products and features. As we're walking through everything today, please feel free to use the Q&A function in Zoom to send over any questions that you have. We'll be keeping tabs on that as we go. And then at the end of the webinar today, we'll leave the room open for 10-15 minutes just to allow time for additional Q&A. So please keep the questions coming. And with that, I think we are ready to dive in. Last bit of kind of housekeeping for those of you joining us that have not created your account yet, feel free to scan this QR code on the screen. Don't feel rushed like you have to do it right now. I'll pull this back up at the end of the webinar and leave it up throughout the Q&A session. But that will allow you to actually create your CubiCasa account, affiliate your MLS, and pre-populate all of the benefits for you. But to start out, I want to touch on the high-level introduction to what CubiCasa is, if this is brand new to any of you joining us today. So we started a number of years ago, essentially as a floor plan redraw service. But we've evolved into what we are today, which is an amazing mobile app that allows you to quickly and easily scan a property in just a couple of minutes to create an accurate floor plan of the home. You'll also get the individual room dimensions, and you'll have access to a number of different 2D and 3D options, as well as different types of reports of the property that will highlight key information or features of the home. And that's really what we're going to take a look at today, is all of those different options that you can create. Now, the goal here, just kind of at a high level, is to bring a floor plan to every single real estate listing across the country. We know from NAR research that consumers want to see floor plans. They're asking for them to be included on listings. And if we look at additional research from companies like Zillow and ResBAI, show that consumers spend more time on listings with rich media like floor plans. They're more likely to click into listings that have floor plans. And some consumers have said that they'll even skip over a listing entirely if there isn't a floor plan or virtual tour available. And because of our partnership with your MLS, you now have an incredibly easy way to create these floor plans and give consumers in the market exactly what they're looking for when searching for their next home. Our vision here is for basic floor plans to just kind of become standard practice for all new listings, and then for you to be able to take your listings to the next level by using some of the additional products that we're going to take a look at here today. Now, once you've completed that 5-minute scan of a property, so you do that quick walkthrough, we'll be able to use that same scan to create multiple types of products. So there's different types of 2D floor plans that you can create, overview reports of the property, as well as 3D style floor plans. So today we're going to take a quick look at the available 2D options. We'll look at the all-new virtual tour feature that we've just bundled into our Plus floor plans called CubiCasa Tour. And then we'll quickly dive into some of the available 3D options that you can create as well. Now, to start out, we've got our light or basic floor plan, which you see on the left-hand side of the screen. This is a great starting point. These floor plans will show the outline of the space. They'll highlight the room dimensions that you can toggle on or off. The example that you see here, I know the text is probably pretty small since we're over streaming, but each room is labeled and has the dimensions listed below. If you just wanted more of like a marketing type floor plan, you can save it out with just the names of the rooms. Now, this option will also be free for properties up to 5,000 square feet of scanned area. So that's why I say this is a really great place to start. You can practice on your own home, your neighbors' homes, things like that. Get familiar with the scanning process, and it's going to be completely free for you. Now, if we look at the right-hand side of the screen, this introduces our Plus style upgrade. So this upgrade unlocks a number of different features that we'll look at over the next couple minutes here. But the example you see on screen is probably the most prominent that we see on listings, and that's fixed furniture. So this is where you'll see things like the appliances in the kitchen. You'll see any islands or wraparound countertops featured. You'll see fixtures in the wet spaces and bathrooms, so tubs, toilets, vanities, shower stalls, as well as any sort of built-ins. So if you have a fireplace with built-in shelving in the living room, all of that will actually be drawn into the floor plan. You're also going to see the door swing direction of every door within the home. I always like to draw attention to the top right corner here of the floor plan. If you can see my cursor, this is the primary bath area. And if you look at this small space here compared to the basic floor plan, you get a good feel for what the differences look like. So the bathroom space, you obviously see where the sinks and vanities are. You see the tub and shower stall. You actually see the shelving within the walk-in closet. And again, you'll see those door swing directions. So it just shows all of these different things really included in one small space. So you can see that side-by-side comparison of what the fixed furniture really makes the floor plan look like from there. Now, that Plus upgrade, as I mentioned, it is a package, so it unlocks a number of different things that you can do. Another of those options is customization. So on the left-hand side of the screen here, I've got one of our pre-made color templates in earth tones. This allows you to go in and really customize the color of each individual area or space of the home, as well as allows you to upload your own logo. So if you wanted to add your brokerage logo, change up the colors of the floor plan to match your broker branding, save that out for your marketing, and then save out the simple black and white version for the listing itself, that will be available to you. You can save out as many styles as you'd like. So if you do want, a listing style, a marketing style, and then maybe like a Facebook marketing style or an Instagram marketing style for each place that you actually are marketing the property, you can save out multiple different versions. Very easy to do. It's only going to take you a couple of minutes. Down the right-hand side of the screen, you see our GLA report or gross living area report. This is typically used by appraisers, but it will show the livable versus non-livable square footage of the home. So this is a great option if you have a property with like a partially finished basement, for example, or if the top story of the home has areas with low ceiling height. This will show that livable versus non-livable breakdown of the square footage. And this add-on can be selected even with the free basic floor plan as well. So this is something that you can get with any floor plan that you create, whether you upgrade to the Plus package or not. You'll be able to select that GLA report. Now, to highlight some of the additional reports that you can create as well, and these are both going to be included with those Plus style floor plans. We've got the home report, which you see a sample page of on the left-hand side of the screen. This will give you a cover page with high-level key details of the home, beds, baths, total square footage, if there's a garage, that type of info. And then we'll dive into a level by level and room by room breakdown, which is actually what you see a sample of here, showing you each room within the space, making it very easy to share things like the individual room dimensions with your clients. And then on the right-hand side of the screen, you see a page from a snapshots report. So with snapshots, that actually allows you to take photos as you're walking through scanning the home. And then you'll get a report like this that shows each of the photos that you took next to a floor plan showing exactly where that photo was taken within the home. So this is a nice way to highlight key features that maybe aren't included on the listing photos, or if you're working with like a first-time home buyer, for example, a nice way to highlight where things are in the home that may be new to them. So like the electrical panel, for example, or the water heater, water tank, those sorts of things. They'll have the picture visualization, and then they'll have the floor plan serving as kind of the map of where that is within the home. Now, the plus style floor plans, which we've seen a lot of these features of over the last couple minutes, are our most popular option. It's that one simple upgrade package that gives you a lot of different options, a lot of different things that you can do to enhance the listing. As I mentioned, the key piece of it really is the fixed furniture. That's what we typically see on the listings themselves. But from there, you'll have customized options like you see here. This is the same floor plan, just in two different styles. We've got the simple black and white in the background, which is typically used on the listing. And then we've got this colorful one in the front. You may have noticed I matched up the colors to the CubiCasa logo, just to give you an example of what that might look like if you were to use your brokerage logo and kind of change up your brokerage colors on the floor plan itself. But you'll be able to save out those multiple different versions like you see there. And then in addition to the individual room dimensions that you see featured on the floor plan, you'll also get the total interior square footage calculations. It's going to be listed for you along the bottom of the floor plan. And what's most exciting about the plus style floor plans is our all new feature that we just launched a few weeks ago called CubiCasa Tour. So this is our all new AI powered virtual tour that allows you to create that interactive floor plan just by submitting your CubiCasa scan like normal and uploading the listing photos for that property. There really has never been a faster, easier, or more affordable way to create a virtual tour. All you need to do is scan the property like normal. There's nothing different that you need to do for the actual scan itself. And then once you've scanned the home, you can submit your listing photos with your plus or plus 3D floor plan order. We'll then automatically generate the tour experience for you and provide a hosted URL that you can then copy paste into the virtual tour field of the listing, or if you want to blast it out, share on social media, things like that. It's only going to take a couple of minutes for us to create that tour once you've uploaded the photos. And then that hosted tour experience will look just like what you see on the right-hand side of the screen here. And I'm actually going to switch my tab so I can show you a live view of that tour rather than just having these little screenshots available. So this is a live view of that same tour experience that we were just seeing those snapshots of. There's two different ways that you can interact with the tour. So on the left-hand side of the screen is where you'll find the actual floor plan itself, the image that you've created when you scan the property. Each of these hotspots that you see on the floor plan connect to one of the photos that you've uploaded. And when you click onto them, it's going to take you to the photo that was taken in that exact spot. You can also navigate throughout the floor plan here if you wanted to zoom in or out. That's an option for you. And then if you do zoom in and out, pan around, you can use this icon along the bottom just to sort of recenter that zoomed out view of the entire floor plan. And if the property has multiple stories, this is where you'll find the drop down to toggle between those different stories or levels within the home. The other way to interact with the tour experience is the photo carousel that you see here on the right-hand side. So this is going to operate very similar to just a regular photo carousel where you can kind of swipe through. But as you can see, as I'm swiping through these photos, the hotspots on the floor plan are changing color to show me exactly which one connects to the photo that I'm looking at. So it's just a really clean, simple, awesome way for consumers to be able to navigate through a property, and allows you to be able to combine the floor plan that you're already creating of the home, the photos that you're already taking of the home, and sort of marry them together to take them to the next level with that more interactive experience. Now, after you've created this tour, you'll then have the availability to edit it, manage it, change up the settings, all that fun stuff. The quick edit tool that you're already using to make edits to your floor plans now allows you to edit the CubiCasa tour as well. So you can quickly and easily add or remove photos. You can rotate each of these individual hotspots or move them around. So we'll place all of these hotspots when you upload the photos, but then you can go in and tweak them as needed or as you see fit. If you have multiple photos in one single room, for example, it may get a little crowded in there. So you may want to go in and kind of move things around a little bit or slightly rotate if you just want it to be completely more accurate to how it is in real life. But very easy just to drag and drop things around or rotate as needed. When it comes to managing the tour, You can select a new cover photo that's going to be displayed. You can toggle the tour on or off to ensure that it's inactive once the property has been sold or taken off the market for any sort of reason. You'll also be able to toggle the room dimensions on or off, as well as the property address. Now, from here, where you're managing the tour, this is also where you can access those share settings. So that hosted URL is going to be available here just to copy and paste. There's also an embed code available. So if you wanted to frame the tour experience on, a dedicated property website or just your own website to highlight or spotlight that listing in that CubiCasa tour, either option is a simple copy and paste. So it's really going to be easy for you to be able to share that tour once it's live. Now, Daniela will give us a look at how to create, manage, and edit the tour from your CubiCasa dashboard in just a couple of minutes. But I do encourage everyone to try it out with your next listing. It's an incredibly powerful and simple tool, and it's only going to take a couple of minutes for us to create and a couple of minutes for you to scan the property to get things started. So now that you have created your 2D floor plans to showcase the layout of the home and to include on the listing photos, you've now created your CubiCasa tour to give that more immersive experience for potential home buyers. The next step is going to be to bring the home to life using 3D. So while floor plans and the photos used in the CubiCasa tour are all obviously great resources for home buyers to get a feel for the home, you're still just kind of looking at one single room at a time. So that's where these available 3D products come into play. These allow you to get that bird's eye view into the entire property as a whole, and not just a vacant home the way it looks on a 2D style floor plan. These will actually have furniture within the space. So we'll match the furniture and colors and textures of things like the floors and walls and appliances as closely as possible to how they are in real life. And even if you scan an empty home, we can actually fill that home with furniture just to better visualize the space. So if you have a property that's, partially packed up because they're moving, or maybe there's just a lot of mismatched furniture in the basement or living areas, we can streamline all of that to show the property in its best light. This is also a style that a lot of apartment communities are already using for their floor plans. So this is something that potential home buyers are already going to be familiar with. You can take that 3D floor plan a step further if you select this option by including a 3D video rendering. So I'm going to have this playing in the background while I'm talking about it, and I'll send the link to this video in the chat box in just a couple of minutes if you do want to take a closer look. Sometimes it can come through a little blurry since we're over streaming, so I'll send that link so you'll have direct access. But this video rendering will be a couple minute long walkthrough of that 3D rendered space. We'll map out the route through the home that makes the most sense and is the most visually appealing, typically starting at the front door and kind of working our way through from there. One of the common questions we get is, does the route I scan the home? Does that match up what the video looks like? The answer is no. So don't worry about having a perfect, path through the home as you're scanning. If you plan on getting the video rendering, we will map out what makes the most sense for the video piece of. And then as you're going through, watching the video, kind of getting a feel for that space, you get an idea of what it's like to be inside the home, even if you're not there. So this is going to be a great resource if you're working with out-of-state buyers. An example I would say we probably have seen the most of is out-of-state investors, so that they're able to get a feel for the layout of the space and kind of what the real life version of the home looks like. And because we'll be able to showcase the property where it's essentially staged, it's a great option for properties that maybe aren't quite photo or video ready. So I'll send over the link to this video here. I'm not going to keep it playing as we walk through the second story of this home, but I'll send the link if you want to rewatch this video or check out some other examples. This is hosted on our YouTube channel. We've got plenty of other 3D video renderings that you can watch and get a feel for what those actually look like. Now, last thing I want to highlight here when it comes to the products, this is something that you're probably not really going to use on new listings and maybe only with some of your buyers. But I like to call out that you can generate both 2D and 3D CAD files for any home that you scan. These are going to be editable files. So it allows you to use just about any CAD software to go in and be able to make those digital adjustments to the home. If you're working with somebody who's going to flip the home, remodel the kitchen, take down a wall, add an addition, any project like that, this is an option to do all of that work digitally before you actually go in and start renovation or even demolition of the home. And this lists out all the available file types that will be included. This isn't just 3D, so I do like to note the package when you select a CAD file add-on will include both 2D and 3D options for you. So as you can see, there's a number of different options that you can quickly and easily create to enhance your listings, to provide great resources to any of your clients on either the sales side or even the buy side, and really just to improve the home buying experience in general. The whole point of what we've walked through today and what I've kind of shown you over the last few minutes is to show everything that you can create from just that one single 5-minute scan. CubiCasa is already a powerful tool to create those basic 2D floor plans that you're probably already seeing or already creating yourself. But hopefully now you see how you can really unlock the power and full potential of those scans to create amazing marketing material for the home. Now, as a reminder, you're going to have unlimited access to our free light floor plans. And Southern New Mexico has sponsored a discount for any of the paid upgrades that you select as well. So when you create your account through the QR code or by clicking through the link on your MLS dashboard, that will pre-populate your benefits for you, and that discount will already be there. If you created an account on your own, you can go into your account settings and add your MLS affiliation after the fact. So if you did just download the app and create an account on your own, be sure to go into your account settings to make sure that your MLS membership is there. Something Daniela will show us here in just a moment when we take a look at the dashboard is that you'll also be able to select any of these products at any time after you've done the scan. So even if you just want to start out with the basic free floor plan for all of your properties, you can then come back after the fact to create customized 2D styles, to add on or create the CubiCasa tour, or then to take things a step further and even select the 3D floor plan or video rendering to add something new to a listing that's maybe been sitting for a while. So my recommendation is to just scan every property by default. It's going to be free for you for those basic floor plans. And then you'll have the scan in your account where you can come back and create all these different types of products at any time. Last thing I always love to do is give a quick shout out to our amazing support team. We're available for any sort of questions that you have as you're creating, editing, or customizing your floor plans. We've looked at a lot of different products today, a lot of different things that you may have questions about as you're getting started. You'll be able to reach us at any time. We've got live chat baked into both the mobile app and desktop site. And we also have a priority inbox for our MLS partners like you guys, which is just mlshelp@cubicasa.com. So that's everything that I wanted to cover with you today on my end. Hopefully, this was helpful to see a few different options that you have when creating floor plans for your listings. If you haven't created your CubiCasa account yet, that is, of course, the first step. So scan this QR code or click through the link on your MLS dashboard to create your account and automatically affiliate your MLS. For now, I'm going to check in with Daniela to see if we've had any questions come through or any common questions that she'd like to touch on. And then I'll toss it over so she can walk us through the CubiCasa tour experience on the dashboard and highlight where and how you can create some of these new options for your listings.
Thank you, Joseph. Well, it looks like we did get a question from someone who has multiple partnerships within their account already. I would say you can add more than one MLS if you are part of multiple within your account. And then the best discount or the best promotion, if you're also part of any brokerage partnerships, will automatically apply to your account. So feel free to still add it into your account. I will show you how to do that here in just a few minutes, and that way your account can automatically filter what will be the best discount code or the best percentage off for you. So great question there. Feel free to keep adding your questions in the Q&A as well. We'll be answering them throughout. Just a few common things I always like to cover is that if you are newer with us and you haven't created a lot of scans, I just like to mention that you don't need any Wi-Fi or data service in order to create scans. If you're going to areas that are a little bit more remote, you can just set the device to airplane mode or safe mode within your app settings as well. And then you'll be able to create floor plans offline. And then once you're back to an area with good connection, you can then send it for processing. Someone asked how accurate is our floor plans. So we've actually tested our accuracy to be 97 to 98% accurate. If you do have a newer LiDAR device, it's going to be slightly more accurate for you. But older devices still produce a 97% accuracy rate. So the most important thing with that is just to make sure that you are following our best scanning practices by going inside every room, scanning the interior perimeter, making sure you capture that wall to floor portion, and you don't miss any big areas within the scan. We do have a helpful best scanning practices video tutorial, as well as an article that we'll send the link here shortly that you can check out later. And it's a great resource for you. You also get tips and tricks when you're opening the app as well. So highly recommend following our best scanning practices to make sure you have the most accurate scan possible. And if you do happen to have any like accuracy concerns or questions, I always recommend reaching out to our customer support team for them to review your particular case. Oftentimes, it's the wrong measurement method is being used. So I'll cover this in just a few minutes too, more in depth. But if you are comparing your floor plans with appraisal records, county records, you will need to use the GLA calculation. Our plus floor plans automatically come with GIA, gross internal area, which does not give exterior wall dimensions like the GLA does. So if you are needing those numbers to be more closely aligned, then I recommend using the GLA add-on. And I'll show you here in just a moment how to make sure to have that added within your dashboard. So those are all the questions I see so far, but feel free to keep adding them into the Q&A and Joseph and I will cover them. But yeah, I will go ahead and get my screen shared here to give you guys a tour of how to navigate through your dashboard and how to add some of the products that Joseph covered here to your own orders. All right, looks like
We're
we're
good.
good. Thank you. Perfect. Well, I do like to just give a quick overview that if you are new, this will be your CubiCasa dashboard. When you create an account, you will have access to CubiCasa both through the mobile app as well as through this web version that you have here on the screen. And you will create your scans through the app, and then once you send them for processing, you'll be able to access them within this site and have access to additional features to customize and edit your floor plans as well. Your dashboard tab will include a list of local photographers within your area that are part of our certified network and provide a CubiCasa scan for all of their photography packages. So if you are too busy to create a scan yourself or want to bundle in a floor plan with a photography package, they're a great resource for you to check out. Most importantly, below will be your most recent orders. You'll also be able to access all your orders through the order list icon on the left-hand menu. And to open up a specific order page, simply click on that address and you'll be redirected to that order. Now, a few things that you will see on each order page is at the top, you'll have the address, which you'll be able to edit if you would like. And then you'll notice these tabs here at the top that will give you access to different packages and add-ons for your floor plans. Currently, I have the Plus 3D, so this does give me access to that Plus 2D floor plan with colors and fixed furniture icons. And I do have the GLA selected, so I do get those measurements here at the bottom as well. Under the CubiCasa Tour tab is where you'll be able to access your tour. And if you don't have one created, you can get started. You'll have an option to upload your photos. Select which one will be your cover photo, so the photo that will first appear on your tour. And then it only takes just a couple of minutes for us to generate that CubiCasa tour for you. Once it's generated, you do get an email notification, and if you refresh the page, you'll also be able to see it pulled up here on my screen as well. From this page, you'll be able to navigate through the different location markers or even just through the simple carousel, similar to what Joseph was showing us earlier as well. If you ever need to make any adjustments or edits to your floor plan, you can do so by using the quick edit option available within this page. It will take you to a new tab, and I do recommend using a Chrome or Microsoft Edge browser if possible. Safari sometimes tends to have a few issues using the quick edit tool for some reason. From here, you can select the floor that you would like to adjust. On the left-hand side and at the top, you'll see different menu options. If you click on the location marker, it'll give you access to the tour. And to adjust the marker, simply click on any one that you would want. And you can click and drag it with your mouse to adjust the location. If you select this purple circle at the bottom or at the top of the marker and then drag it, you'll be also able to adjust the orientation of that marker as well. It'll also show you what photo is associated with that marker, and you'll be able to see the ordering of your photos within the tour as well. If you want to adjust how the photos are ordered, you can simply click and drag it, and now you will adjust the ordering of those pictures. You can also select which photos you no longer want to show, and they will appear grayed out for you on the quick edit and will be invisible on the actual tour. And you can even add additional photos that you would like to the floor plan. If there are any unmatched photos that the system wasn't able to locate for any reason, you can simply add them by clicking and dragging that photo to its correct location, and then it will create that tour icon for you there. Other things that you can do using the quick edit tool that are pretty useful is you can actually adjust the labels of the rooms themselves. So if you want to adjust hall to something else, you can simply type in that new label or select from any that we have pre-selected here. And you can click and drag this label anywhere you would like. You can even adjust the size of the labels within your floor plans as well. And if you want, you can even add additional text to your floor plan as well, anywhere that you would like. If you do go with the plus or above option, you can even adjust the fixed furniture icons by clicking and dragging them or adjusting the size or even just deleting them entirely. You can even add additional fixtures if you would like as well. There are other features that can be done using the quick edit. For the sake of time, won't be able to cover it all. We usually cover that in our 103 webinar series. However, if you are interested in taking a deeper dive, I highly recommend going to our Help Center knowledge base, where we do have a article base on everything that can be done through this tool, even with video instructions. And we'll post a link on where to find that here in the comments section, and I'll show you here at the end where to find that as well. But once you are done making all the changes you want to your floor plan, you will save the model. And once it's saved, you can simply exit this tab and you can wait 1 to 2 minutes, refresh your page, and your new floor plan will be updated for you within just a few minutes. Once you are ready to share your tour, you can do so under the share icon at the top, where you'll be able to select whether you want your tour link to be active or inactive, if you want it to show the room dimensions and the property address. And then from here, you'll be able to copy and paste your CubiCasa link within a website or social media site as well. Now, moving on to the next tab is our GLA that I did mention just a little bit ago. So, when you purchase a GLA add-on, you can do so under the Lite package, which is free, or the Plus, which will give you the fixed furniture and the colored floor plan. And the GLA will give you access to not just the measurements at the bottom of the 2D floor plan, but also access to this appraisal grade floor plan that is ANCI aligned and will give you the exterior measurements of each wall, and also clearly show you what spaces are considered livable or non-livable, according to certain rules that the GLA has to follow. So if you are needing those measurements, even if you just need them to have them displayed at the bottom of your basic floor plan, I highly recommend going with the GLA product. It will give you the most accurate measurements of the finished and livable space, and it will also closely align to what previous appraisers or county records might already have for a property. The next one is the reports tab. So if you're going with the plus, you will have access to our home report and our snapshot report, which will be accessible through this tab for download as well. And lastly is our 3D products. Here you'll have access to either the 3D floor plan, the 3D video render, or any CAD files that you would like to order. Now, if you decide that you would like to purchase additional packages or add-ons, you can always do so with the upgrade icon that will be at the top of your page. From here, all you have to do is select the new packages or add-ons that you would like to include. Once those are ordered, we will get started on working on those for you and send you an email notification once those products are ready for download. That's pretty much it when it comes to the order page. The last thing I do want to cover is the change request feature. So earlier I showed you the quick edit, which is meant for you to make quick adjustments and modifications to your 2D floor plans. But for anything that's a little bit more complicated, or for any changes on 3D products specifically, you can use the change request function. And from here, you can select whether you want to edit the 2D or 3D products. Go under the new request and simply type in everything that you want to adjust within your floor plans. And you can even upload reference photos for us. So if there is a particular design style that you want to adjust your 3D floor plan or video to, you can even upload photos of that design style so that the team can reference it and match them more closely to your expectations. So that option is available for you. It typically takes a few hours for us to make those modifications, and then we do send you an email notification letting you know once those changes have been completed and once your order is ready for download as well. Moving on to your settings tab. So we did mention a little bit ago that you can add your MLS discount or referral code, even if you have already created a CubiCasa with us previously, or if you want to include this MLS into your list, you can do so through this option. So again, you'll go under settings and company, and then under your MLS membership tab, you'll simply add your MLS name, your MLS login ID. You'll select verify account, and then you will see your MLS discount code appear on the screen. Again, if you have multiple ones, that's totally fine. Your account will automatically select which one will be the highest one from the ones that you have. So just make sure you have included it within this page here. And if you have any issues entering in your MLS for any reason, you can contact our customer support team and they'll be more than happy to help you make sure you're all set up. The next tab I do want to mention is your billing. And from here, you'll be able to access your monthly billing. So I do want to mention you don't need a credit card on file to use us if you're just going to use the free light package for properties under 5,000 square feet. However, if you do want to go with the additional features that we covered today, you can add a credit card on the account after your first trial scan. Want to reassure you, there are no hidden or subscription fees that you have to worry about. You only pay per scan that you make. And we invoice you at the beginning of each month for any scans that you have that are paid. You can view any invoicing that is sent to you under View Detail, and you will get a detailed breakdown of all the orders that you made within that billing cycle, and then everything that was included as well. And then you'll also be able to see your MLS discount code applied to the account. And lastly, I do want to cover styling. So if you do go with the plus packages, you will be able to really customize your floor plans according to your colors, your fonts, and your preferences, or even according to the preferences of your clients. And you can get started by creating a style here at the top. From here, you can go through all our different style options we have available for you, such as adjusting the language of your floor plan labels, how you want the measurements to be displayed, whether you want it to be in inches or you want the square footage to show for each room. You can even add your own logo if that is allowed, and you can customize and edit the colors based on the space type. We do have default styles available that you can select from that are pre-created, and our most popular one is our earth tones, or you can simply select on that color grid and select the colors that you would like for each space. There is a disclaimer text that appears at the bottom of all of our floor plans that notes that our floor plans are created by the CubiCasa app and that the measurements are deemed highly reliable but not guaranteed. You can choose to either entirely remove this disclaimer text with the plus or the above versions, or even add your own if you're more comfortable with that option. And lastly, I do want to mention the different measurement methods that we offer. So like I said earlier, our light floor plan will not come with any total calculations at the bottom. It will only show you the dimensions of each room. The plus will come with the gross internal area. This is just the interior square footage of the property. It does not include any exterior areas, and it does not include exterior wall measurements. The total area is used for us to calculate our large order property fees. So properties above 5,000 square feet of the total area, which is basically portions that are drawn in your floor plan, do have additional fees. And then the GLA is used for mostly appraisal or if you're needing professional measurements on your floor plans. So depending on which measurement unit you need, you will select that option here. And if you don't want to display any measurements for your Plus floor plans, you can simply unselect this feature entirely as well. Once you save as new, you will have access to that style template through this list and through the app as well. You can select which style will be your default for all future orders you create. And if you ever need to adjust the style of an order you've already made, simply go back to that order page, select that change style feature, and select the style you've just added or created. It'll take 1 to 2 minutes for it to load, and then your new style will appear for you on the floor plan. So that's everything I wanted to cover with you guys today. Lastly, I do want to mention that you'll notice this chat bubble following you around the screen wherever you go. And this is where you'll be able to access our Help Center knowledge base, which includes a keyword searchable database with all the articles and informations you might need regarding CubiCasa, your account, how to create a scan, how to use the quick edit. So I highly recommend using this as a resource. Also, under the messages tab, you'll also be able to contact a customer service agent that will be more than happy to help you answer any questions that you might have regarding your account as well. So that's everything I wanted to cover with you guys today. Joseph, I will pass it back to you to close us out.
All right, excellent. Thank you so much. I'm going to get my screen reshared here just so I can pull up that QR code. For those of you that have not created your account yet, this is what you'll scan to get started, or you can also click through the CubiCasa link on your MLS dashboard. I sent over a couple of links in the chat box as well. couple of articles on our help center regarding accuracy, the best scanning practices article and video, which are always a great place to start, as well as a link to that 3D video rendering that we watched a few minutes ago. If you want to take a closer look or check out some other samples, that will get you connected to our YouTube channel, and you can kind of click through from there. But that's everything that we wanted to cover with you today. Hopefully, this was helpful to see all of the different things that you can do from just that one single CubiCasa scan. For those of you that this is brand new to, I encourage you to test it out, do a test scan of your own home. You'll get a feel for what the process is, you'll get a feel for what the floor plans look like. You're probably already at least pretty familiar with the size and dimensions of the spaces within your home. So you'll also get a chance to see how accurate the floor plans are as well. But for now, we'll be here for the next 10, 15 minutes or so just to allow time for additional Q&A. So please feel free to keep the questions coming in the Q&A function within Zoom. If you don't have any questions, feel free to hop off. That's everything that we wanted to cover today. Thank you everyone so much for joining us today. Enjoy the rest of your week. Happy holidays and happy scanning.